Welcome, acolytes. Today I am reacting to Rev's Crunchyroll Betrayed Anime Fans. Why am I doing this? Because for F's sake, I actually wanted to restore my freaking Crunchyroll thing for some animes, and freaking stuff happens again. The second thing, first Dead by Daylight, now Crunchyroll. What the F is going on? Sorry? It will be a bit of a F up here for me, but it is what it is. So, Crunchyroll Betrayed Anime Fans by Rev. And by the way, if you like my content, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, press the notification button. And you know this little shiny like button, press this sub, and abonniert. Oh, wait, it's still in German. F it. Yeah. And just show me and Rev some love. So, let's start.
Guys, Riff here. Sorry for the lack of a VTuber model. I'm currently on the tail end of a vacation. However, I saw some news that I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about because I'm sure a lot of you are already aware, but it has been announced that Crunchyroll has completely removed the comment section on the platform, including from episodes and articles.
Oh, come on. No effing. And this is the next step in the freaking taking control over freaking everything. Just so people who actually decide that because of the political messaging that is in the anime, they won't touch it. And it was fine. I did the same thing, and there was a political messaging that just got in the anime. I just didn't look at it. Because F that. I'm watching an anime for the anime's sakes, not the other way around. And I just don't get why people don't get it. It's escapism.
This is a very radical decision, one that really removes one of the most separating features they have compared to all other streaming services that have anime. And isn't it funny how every time all these companies make decisions that are apparently to make the site more user-friendly, they spend all their time removing things that are actually liked by the users. But before we get into my personal reaction, also kind of the group reaction.
Oh, well, by the way, sorry for the time. Still eating. Same thing, same old. Just so you know if there are some funny sounds in the background.
To this on social media, let's read the reasoning from Crunchyroll themselves for this decision. So titled, Protecting Our Community. Why is Crunchyroll disabling comments? At Crunchyroll, we prioritize
because they are freaking weak little biatches.
Creating a safe and respectful community environment. To maintain this standard, we are hiding all existing user-generated content, including comments and reviews across all of our platforms and experiences. We're always striving to enhance the user experience.
By the way, I already will interrupt again, but bullshit. If you want to protect users, just ban the scam. That simple. And I know there is a lot of it, but ban it. After a while, people will be like a bit more scared and oh, okay, I can do that. Because unlike in games, you're actually paying monthly for that. A lot of people cannot afford to do a freaking new account just to be toxic. That's not worth it for most people. To cut down the toxicity a lot.
Experience for our fans, including how they connect over the content they love. We encourage fans to share comments and connect with other fans on our social media channels. The user rating system will, however, remain, allowing you to express your opinions through star ratings. Yeah, guys, it's for your safety, numbnuts. Don't you get it? We're actually the good guys. We're looking out for you. You couldn't be trusted to deal with people making comments that you might not like. You're too weak to deal with that, so we're going to save you. Yeah, it's a big load of malarkey. I think this has to do a lot with cutting corners and cutting costs, as always. But on top of that, avoiding any criticism. So let's start with this decision itself. It is a terrible one. I think 99% of people do not like this decision because this feature, the comment section, especially on episodes, is what separates this platform from any others that stream anime. It is something unique that most don't have.
Hear me out, Rev. Now, I would agree to this point, but also, because of the comments you can do, you can actually build up a community in that way. And this is something that a lot of people look for these days. So yes, it's not just because it separated the Crunchyroll thing. Yes, it's one of the points, but also what you can do with it. This is always the thing. Because just because you have something different than the other platforms doesn't mean it's a good thing. Or if you know why it works. And this is just an assumption on my part, but I think I'm spot on.
This was something that people could actually utilize. This was something that I did. I haven't had a Crunchyroll subscription in many years, but back when I did, that was one of my favorite things. After an episode, go to the comment section, see what people had to say about the episode. And yes, sometimes you're going to run into trolls. You're going to run into spoilers.
Yep.
But guess what? That's the internet, okay? It's going to happen no matter where you're looking for any sort of feedback on an episode you just watched. And on top of that, if you have an issue, right? If you have an issue with people spamming things, doing misleading things in the comment sections of these episodes, you know what you do? More moderation. It's that simple. Get more moderators, but of course that costs money, and we know that's one of the reasons, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But this decision itself to remove comments is also clearly an act of censorship. Let's be honest here, okay? We know that a lot of this is to censor negative reviews on episodes, negative reviews on articles, things like that, because I believe in Crunchyroll's mind, they think if people are leaving negative comments about an episode, people might look at the comments first and say, a lot of people don't like this, or a lot of people don't like this series, or this article must be pretty bad. So they either leave negative comments themselves, or they just avoid it completely. And I guess that is their reasoning behind this decision. And really, with Crunchyroll and censorship, is it really that surprising that they would do something like that? No, it's really not. And the second reason I think they're doing this is to cut corners. Like I mentioned, they need more moderation if there's an issue with these comment sections going awry. And of course, to have more moderation, what do you got to do? You got to pay more moderators. And time again, Crunchyroll has proven that they don't want to go the extra mile when it comes to paying for things like that. And on top...
Yeah, Crunchyroll is a special case anyway. Like, for F's sake. I also didn't know about the drama, but after I seen the comment section disappeared, F it. Honestly, F it. I'm not gonna watch anything new, and because I'm not gonna watch anything new, I don't need Crunchyroll. It's that simple. Why would I waste time if I can just look in the comment, look for neutral, good comments, and just decide if I wanna stay in or not? Just watch the first episode. If it's fine, it's fine. If it's not, it's not. But the comments were a big help for me personally.
Top of all this situation, of course, it's Crunchyroll. Why would they do anything that's beyond what they have to do? They have been squeezing money out of their customers for years and years. This is just a joke. And I think for them, it's obvious it's not just censorship, it's also the cost of doing this. And on top of this, there's been a lot of negativity recently, and I don't think Crunchyroll wants to deal with this. So there's two examples that come to mind about recent shows that are causing issues in the comment section. So number one, Senpai wa Otaku Naku. So for those who don't know, it is an anime about a cross-dressing male. A male-identifying character who cross-dresses. A male-identifying character. But for some goddamn reason, Twitter has...
I heard of that. And they criticized it. Yeah, they criticized it because it wasn't a trans person. A cross-dresser. What about representation for F's sake? Cross-dressers exist. Basically fanboys. Cross-dressing most of the time.
Convince themselves that this character is trans for their own political agenda. And it's very, very weird, and there are battlegrounds in the comments of those episodes, and it's really, really messy, and maybe they don't want to moderate it, maybe they just don't want to deal with it at all. And that's maybe something to look at, but that whole situation is way too big for this video, and that's something we might look into in a future video. And on top of that, they recently got busted showing AI translated subtitles in the episodes of My Dear Friend Nokutan. Now, that whole situation is something I covered a few days ago. It was a pre-scheduled video I'd actually recorded almost a week ago, and I'm glad I kind of waited because that's when things kind of blew up with that anime and the AI translations on Crunchyroll. So to clarify, it was not Crunchyroll who made the actual subtitles for that episode. It was a third party. However, Crunchyroll just accepted them, right? It was machine and AI translated subtitles for their episodes of this very popular anime, and they did not proofread it. Like, clearly, they did not proofread it. And that situation is funny for two reasons. Number one, the localizers are really upset, crying about AI translations, and people are just looking at them and saying, well, AI translations are slop, but at least it's AI translations, not your woke, ridiculous localizations that we would rather have machine translations than your garbage localizers. Yep. But on top of that, it made Crunchyroll look...
I'd rather have a garbage AI translation than a garbage freaking localizer translation, because the AI at least doesn't do it out of malicious intent. If your intent is malicious, that's way worse than incompetence.
Really bad, because clearly they weren't proofreading anything. They're getting these translations for a very popular anime right now, and they're just yeeting it out. I believe the translations were machine translated for the English, German, French, and maybe one other set of translations, but the major countries, and they were completely botched. And they couldn't take the time to sit down, even for episode 1, to watch through the episode and make sure these translations were at least readable, because in some cases they were completely incomprehensible. They made absolutely no sense. So I think maybe some of these events, these recent events that have made Crunchyroll look bad, or there's some hostility going on in the platform, I don't know if those helped with this decision. Who knows? But really, overall, I think this is a terrible, terrible look for Crunchyroll. And again, why wouldn't people pirate anime at this point? It just makes those things look even more desirable to people and attractive to people. You think about what...
Oh, he's putting out a good point there. Yeah. Why wouldn't you pirate those things if they get mistranslated again and again and again and again in a shitty way? So might as well just get it for free. I mean, I still don't encourage it, but you know, I cannot stop you if you do.
Crunchyroll brings to the table, right? You're paying a good price for Crunchyroll, and a price that continues to increase over time. And people have put up with a lot with Crunchyroll. Bad quality of their broadcasts, the website constantly crashing and having technical issues, people having issues losing their account, price increases, censorship across the board, all kinds of issues with Crunchyroll over and over the years. And now you remove really the best feature they had. Why would you keep using Crunchyroll at this point? It's very silly to me, honestly. And that at this point, like, pirating anime, like, to combat piracy, as they always say, the best way to do it is to provide a good service. And Crunchyroll is not doing that. They were removing everything that platform has held dear. And now they're expecting you to not only accept that, but pay more for it. And it's ridiculous. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, please share all of your thoughts.
Yep. He's correct about it. And as he said, I'm not encouraging it, but if you pirate stuff from this after being on a corruption streak like that, just, well, not encouraging it, but yeah, good. As it is, acolytes, I hope you liked it. Good night.